The sky turned a sickly green, winds howled with an unnatural fury. Then, the tornadoes hit. Across the American heartland, a series of powerful twisters tore through towns and cities, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. Homes were reduced to rubble, businesses were flattened, lives were lost, forever altering the landscape and the lives of those who called it home. The spring of 2024 will be remembered for the sheer ferocity of these storms, a stark reminder of the power of nature and the vulnerability of human life in the face of such extreme weather events. The storms ripped through the region with alarming speed, leaving little time for residents to seek adequate shelter. Sirens wailed, a chilling soundtrack to the chaos that unfolded as funnel clouds descended from the sky, twisting and churning with terrifying force. The air crackled with electricity, and the ground trembled beneath the weight of the storm's fury. For many, the experience was nothing short of apocalyptic, a scene ripped from a disaster movie, yet tragically real. The scale of the disaster was staggering. Entire communities lay in ruins, the air filled with the sounds of sirens, helicopters, and the grim work of search and rescue teams. Hospitals, overwhelmed with the injured, struggled to cope with the influx of patients. Emergency shelters overflowed with displaced families left with nothing but the clothes on their backs. The storms had not discriminated, cutting a swathe of destruction through both rural communities and urban centers. Local and state officials, faced with an unprecedented disaster, mobilized quickly, deploying emergency personnel, resources, and aid to the affected areas. The National Guard was called in to assist with search and rescue efforts, maintain order, and distribute supplies. Federal agencies, including FEMA, pledged their support, promising swift action to provide disaster relief and long-term assistance to those impacted by the tornadoes. The road to recovery promised to be long and arduous. Rebuilding shattered communities would require a massive coordinated effort, involving government agencies, non-profit organizations, and the resilience of the human spirit. Amidst the devastation, however, there were also stories of hope and resilience. Neighbors helped neighbors, sharing food, water, and shelter. Volunteers from across the country poured into the affected areas, eager to lend a hand in the recovery process. The human cost of the disaster was immeasurable. Each piece of debris, every splintered tree, told a story of loss and survival. Sarah, a young mother, huddled in her basement with her 2 children as the storm roared above. It felt like the world was ending, she recalled, her voice trembling. They emerged to find their home gone, reduced to a pile of rubble. Miraculously, they were unharmed. Others were not so lucky. John, a retired firefighter, lost his wife of 50 years when their home collapsed. He sat amidst the wreckage, clutching a framed photograph, his eyes filled with grief. "She was my everything," he whispered, his voice thick with sorrow. His story, like so many others, underscored the profound personal tragedies wrought by the storm. These personal accounts painted a poignant picture of the human toll exacted by the tornadoes. They spoke of courage, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable loss. They also served as a stark reminder that behind the statistics and the news headlines were real people whose lives had been irrevocably altered. Section 4. The Science Behind the Storms, a Changing Climate. Meteorologists pointed to a confluence of factors that contributed to the intensity and ferocity of the tornado outbreak. A potent mix of warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico collided with cold, dry air from the north, creating a volatile atmospheric cocktail. This clash of air masses, coupled with strong upper-level winds, provided the perfect breeding ground for supercell thunderstorms, the type capable of spawning long-lived, violent tornadoes. While tornadoes are a regular occurrence in the Great Plains region of the United States, the sheer number and intensity of the storms in 2024 raised concerns about the role of climate change in fueling such extreme weather events. Scientists have long warned that a warming planet could lead to more frequent and severe storms, as warmer temperatures allow the atmosphere to hold more moisture, providing additional fuel for these powerful weather systems. The 2024 tornado outbreak served as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of a changing climate. While it is difficult to attribute any single weather event directly to climate change, the trend toward more extreme weather is undeniable. As the planet continues to warm, scientists predict that such events are likely to become more frequent and severe. posing a growing threat to human lives, infrastructure, and the delicate balance of the natural world. Section 5. Looking ahead, preparedness and prevention. The 2024 tornado outbreak underscored the importance of disaster preparedness. Having a plan in place, knowing the safest places to seek shelter, and being aware of weather warnings can mean the difference between life and death. Investing in storm-resistant infrastructure, such as reinforced shelters and early warning systems, is crucial for mitigating the impacts of future events. Beyond preparedness, addressing the root causes of climate change is paramount. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions, transitioning to renewable energy sources, and promoting sustainable land use practices are essential steps toward mitigating the risks of a warming planet and reducing the likelihood of more frequent and severe extreme weather events. The 2024 tornadoes served as a wake-up call, a reminder that we live in an era of unprecedented environmental change. It is a call to action, urging us to prioritize climate resilience, invest in preparedness measures, and work collectively to address the challenges of a changing world. Section 6. Conclusion, a call for collective action. The scars left by the 2024 tornadoes will take time to heal. Rebuilding shattered communities will require a sustained effort, a commitment to supporting those affected, and a recognition of the interconnectedness of human and environmental well-being. As the planet warms and the threat of extreme weather events intensifies, the need for collective action becomes ever more urgent. The 2024 tornadoes were a tragedy, but they also served as a catalyst for reflection and action. They reminded us of the fragility of life, the power of nature, and the importance of coming together in times of crisis. They also underscored the need to address the root causes of climate change, not just react to its consequences. The path forward requires a commitment to sustainability, resilience, and a shared responsibility for protecting our planet and each other.